What's up, y'all? Y'all tuned in to another episode of Naptown Street Stories with Dick Hollywood. This is a one hitter. If y'all didn't know, this is a one hitter. This is called a bat. This is called a bat, and this is called a dugout. So you dig your bat into the dugout, and you come out with some weed. And then, like, if you don't want to roll up a backwood or a cigarillo or whatever, you just want to hit something real good and just cough real quick and just have a nice little buzz. This is what you do. Now, my girl turned me on to this. Um, at first I thought it was some weak ass shit, some punk ass shit. Look, it's got a little bear on there. You know what I mean? What a real nigga look like getting out the car at the park or getting out the car in the parking lot or something and pulling out a dugout with a bear on it and digging in it and hitting a one hitter. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, it's some cool ass shit. I would recommend it to somebody that, you know what I mean, single mom trying to just relax, some shit like that. Anyway. The makers of this, y'all need to send me a check right now. I just promoted y'all shit. I just gave y'all a commercial. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Street Stories, Naptown Street Stories with Dick Hollywood. Let me see. Let me come up with something because this is strictly on the fly. There's some real shit. I'm just keeping it 1,000. You know what I mean? Um, let's say, um, the moral of this story is snakes bite. If you fuck with a snake, it's gonna bite you. Okay? That's the moral of the story. Um, keep your grass cut low enough to see the snakes. And that means don't have so much going on a level where you can't see who's coming. You know what I mean? Don't have so much going up and dealing with so many people on a high level, just, just doing all kind of shit. And you can't see the snakes coming. Keep your circle small, the grass cut low. Keep your energy level with dealing with just out and about. Keep that low. You know what I'm saying? Keep your mouth shut. Keep that low. You know what I mean? So you can see the snakes coming. Anyway, I'm gonna give y'all a story, different names, because I ain't gonna put niggas' names out there. But I'm gonna give one name because the nigga dead and he's a nigga who was out here causing the drama. It's a story about Killer Rob. Okay. I was introduced to this particular clique of niggas because this one nigga, he was the money getting nigga out of that clique, out of his neighborhood, out of his circle of niggas. And I didn't grow up with them, but me and this particular dude, we connected kind of decent on the money and just how we move. You know what I mean? At the club and just how we move together as niggas. And he kind of brought me into his circle because at the time he was getting a little more money than I was, and he dug how I'd move, and he understood that I was a player like him, but I was a little bit more aggressive, and I knew the streets a little bit more than him as far as the real streets, the real niggas. You know what I mean? He knew a lot of fly niggas. I knew a lot of rugged niggas, ratchet niggas. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get fly. You know what I mean? Type shit. So me and him, we clicked. You know what I mean? And Killer Rob. was in the penitentiary when me and this particular dude started kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else, I don't know if they was hating. I don't know. I ain't gonna say they was hating or jealous, but I know they felt some type of way to a degree inside because why, you know what I mean, our nigga who getting money, why he clinging to this nigga? You know what I mean? But they ain't had no choice to be cool with me because I was a cool nigga, you know what I mean? And and I remember my nigga accepting Rob's phone calls from the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? And I talked to him a couple times. And you know what I mean, just letting him know, well, yeah, I've been hearing a lot about you, nigga. When you come home, we got you. You know what I mean? That was the kind of camaraderie me and my nigga had. And so I'm thinking, if that's your nigga and you got love for him, shit, I got love for him too. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have too many niggas on my side that I came on. I was kind of one out the bunch out of the circle niggas that was getting it, and they wasn't on the mindset or the level I was on. So me and this nigga, so now I'm kind of all in with his circle of niggas. They cool, you know. They didn't want no smoke. Matter of fact, most of them didn't even sell dope. The niggas just worked hard. You know what I mean? One nigga was a lieutenant at the RDC at the penitentiary, where you go before you go to the penitentiary and you diagnostic center type thing. Anyway, and he was the nigga that rented all our cars. I ain't even gonna say our name, but he rented cars and accepted packages and all kind of shit. And he was a lieutenant at the penitentiary, a white hat. Anyway, boom. Um, so you know what I mean. So my nigga tells me, Rob be home, you know, in a few, man. You know what I mean. Look out for him. And so I had a clean ass old school Bonneville. It was probably like a 78, maybe 76 or something. Bonneville. Brown, doodle brown with the tan half pad, you know what I mean? And at the time, Dayton's and Vogues was out, but we had Cracker Bars and Vogues. We called them Forks and Vogues, you know what I mean? Um, so, you know, I was riding good, having music in the shit. And so when Rob comes home, you know what I mean? My nigga takes him to the mall, dresses him, you know what I mean? Put a few dollars in his pocket and calls me and said, "Man, why don't you you know, you want to sell that car, sell Rob that car." You know what I mean? And I sold it to him for what I bought the actual car for. You know what I mean? Not even what I put. I let him get the car with the rims and everything on it. You know what I'm saying? And so now he riding. He riding good. You know what I mean? I heard him snatched up something. That was the thing. You know, we cool. We, you know, we doing it. And so he part of the crew. And I done heard stories like, you know, he that nigga, he that muscle. You know, he was a muscle type nigga. You know what I mean? He really didn't know, he really wasn't with the hustle. He was with the muscle part of it. But he got work to hustle the shit. You know what I mean? So Derek pretty much trusted him. But obviously, deep in Derek's heart, he didn't trust this nigga. I think my nigga was just pacifying him, you know what I'm saying, to keep him cool so he won't come barking up his tree. You know what I'm saying? And I sensed it because you know, the times when we hanging out and shit, I sensed his aggressiveness, you know what I mean, and his bulliness, you know, and at that time, he wasn't trying to demonstrate just yet. You know what I mean? He wanted to see who I was, who this new nigga in the clique. He kicking with everybody else. He see, oh, they ain't getting no money. You know, they just working in this. So he sizing Derek up and he sizing me up. He don't know me at all, but I'm cool as hell. So one thing led to another. And he ended up owing Derek some money. And Derek didn't really trip on the money. He just felt like I'll get it some way, some other way out of it. I ain't, you know what I mean? So Rob gets fronted some weed or comes across some weed, some fire weed. And at the time it was loud, or it might have been close to loud, because everybody smoking just good 40, just close to loud, just stress back then. So he had some pretty good shit. And He fronted Derek, shit, here, man, just give me such and such when you got it. So Derek took that opportunity and was like, well, shit, this nigga owe me the same what he wants. So Derek just didn't call the nigga or nothing. It was like, right on. You know what I mean? So the nigga calls Derek and presses him for the money. So Derek was like, well, nigga, you owe me this. You forgot you owe me this? But he comes up and was like, well, nigga, this is a different business. I owe you on that. This right here, you owe me on this. Which is damn near logical. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that ain't how the game go. You know what I'm saying? So Derek refused to pay the nigga. You know what I mean? And time went on, and nah, before that even happened, Derek's crib got broken into, and Rob took another nigga over there to break in Derek's house when he knew Derek and his girl wasn't there. And then one of our partners pull up over Derek's house thinking he home and pulls directly behind Rob's car. So now Rob's in the house and can't leave because his car's blocked in. He don't know who it is, so they run out the side door, and our nigga sees who it is, knows the car with rims on it. I mean, the nigga used his actual car. You know what I mean? And boom, calls Derek, man, I see Rob, and you see his car in your drive, and he just ran out the side of your house. Derek let that slide. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. And I don't want to say my nigga was scared. I don't want to say that because he a good nigga. He a big nigga. And Rob was a little shorter than me. But he was like a Tasmanian devil type nigga. You know what I mean? Fresh out the joint, so he got some size on him. And Derek is 6'6" type shit. And wasn't no tall, skinny nigga either. Because he was fresh out the joint. You know what I mean? All of us was fresh out the joint at this time. I was 6'2" and I had a nice size. I was 235. I had a nice size on me. So we all, you know what I mean, out the joint, and we all know what it is. So Derek lets the first thing slide. And for some reason, months go past and he's dealing with this nigga again. And I guess when he brought him the weed, that's when he was like, nigga, I know you broke in my crib, you know what I mean? Because he didn't tell him he knew. You know what I mean? I know you broke my head, you know what I mean? He still didn't tell him that when he kept the money, kept the weed. He still didn't tell him why he was doing all that. So Rob goes over there and tries to fight the nigga in front of, at this particular time, the plug we had out of Houston, Major Plug. So the plug is over the house. And this nigga comes over and demonstrates on my nigga. To the point where the plug and his little partner had to intervene and get involved. And Rob damn near runs them over, and it's just a big, big thing. He even puts his hands on my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So they called me from a hotel room because my nigga didn't get involved with some killers that we know of. And that's a whole nother story. I'm going to get into that too. These two particular niggas, I ain't going to say no name, killers. Back then, you niggas killed shit and you seen them at the club the next weekend, and because didn't nobody tell nothing. But everybody knew. If you was in the game and you was in, everybody knew you who just burnt this nigga up in the car in the trunk. Everybody know who just murked this nigga in the house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who just left this nigga in the car murked. You know what I mean? All type of shit. So anyway, he's running around with these two particular niggas who's known for leaving bodies. You know what I'm saying? And he threatens Derek, okay, nigga, woo woo. This is after the plug jumped, tried to, you know, all of them tried to get Rob because he's, you know, going ham and he didn't give a fuck anyway. So he's telling me, yeah, I'll be back with my niggas. And he named off the names. And Derek, who knew who they were, Plug didn't know who they were. So Derek hurries up, scrambles, gets his girl. She goes to her mama's house. They get a hotel room. All this time, I'm out grinding. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? And they called me from a hotel room. Rich Cunningham, they called me Cunningham back then. Richie Cunningham, Happy Days type shit. So they called me Cunningham. Cunningham, I may go get the straps. Whoa, 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 man. Meet us at the Railroad Inn on Michigan Road. So I'm like, all right, bet. What happened? What? We'll explain later. So I go get all the straps and shit. Boom. I go to Railroad Inn and I'm like, what happened? The plug is in there laughing because they seen how this, my nigga, 6'6", with a nice size on it, how he was demonstrated on by this nigga who was shorter than me, but he wasn't smaller. He was just shorter. And they laughed, you know what I mean? And they, you know what I'm saying? But they was down for revenge with my nigga though, but they just laughed how he handled that shit, right? So I'm trying to hear the stories. They telling me the story in a comedic fashion. My niggas telling me the story in a real fashion, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I put the two and two together. Okay, damn, my nigga, I think you just might have got a hold in front of the plug type shit. That's how it all came out. So anyway, but I'm down with it because I didn't like the nigga anyway. He was in the way, and I knew after he get finished with him, he was gonna start sniffing around my way, and I wasn't having that shit. I was just standing back because nigga, you grew up with this nigga. You know what I mean? So you know his temperature, you know his character, you know how he move. Please handle him before he comes my way because I'm gonna get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't deal with that type of shit. I'm afraid of that shit, nigga. You make me afraid of you, I'm gonna get you out of here so I can continue riding in my drop and I ain't got to be looking behind my back and all that old shit. I don't want to do that shit. You know what I mean? So time goes on, months go on, and I know, right? I run into him out because see, I used to hit my nigga. Kind of stayed on one side of town, and I hit all sides of town in that except for the south side. I don't know why. I don't know nobody else out, but you know. Anyway, east, west, north, east, and west. No, all the alleyways, backways, hideaways, boom, boom, alleys, all that type of shit, right? Dead ends, everything. So I'm pretty much knowing it. So always running in the ride. You know what I mean? And he always cool with me. But I knew the game he was playing because when he would be cool with me, he would be extra aggressive towards Derek. And one time I got a rental car and I went and got Derek. This nigga seen us ride down the street, does a U-turn, seen me driving, but seen Derek in the passenger. Now he had told Derek after that incident with the plug and all that, if I see you, bitch, I'ma burn you, I'ma woo woo woo. So all of a sudden Derek says, man, this nigga behind us. I said, who? That nigga Rob. So Rob's blowing the horn, woo woo. So he calls Derek's cell phone. Now at the time we got cell phone. So he calls Derek's cell phone and said, yeah, nigga, I see you got that nigga with you. He thought I was Bruno. You know what I mean? Which was the plug. He thought I was him. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. You bitches better not and so y'all better not stop at the light, nigga. Soon as you stop, nigga, it's on. And so he has to let him know that ain't him, man. That's Cunningham. So then the end nigga instantly said, okay, yeah, you better be lucky that's Cunningham, woo, woo, woo. But he better not stop. Tell him he better not stop. So he hangs up. And I said, what did he say? He said, man, nigga said we better not stop. I said, so what you want to do? I said, man, the straps is at my mama house. Shit, that's a whole other story. Straps is at my mama house, man. Nigga, if he want to follow us that long, nigga, I'll take him all the way out east, nigga, and I'll go in there and get the straps, nigga, and then nigga come out blazing, nigga. What's that? And what you want to do? He was like, nah, fuck that. Just take me back to the crib. We take him back to the crib because he had just got his girl, the nigga who's, nah, not his girl, but the nigga who's a CO, a lieutenant at the penitentiary, the first part of the penitentiary part, he went and got him an AK in his name. So boom, he's like, man, I got an AK at the crib. I was like, all right, man, what shit? All right, you know what I mean? You better run in that motherfucker. You better use that shit, nigga. So we pull up in front of Derek's house. The nigga's right behind us. I'm talking about the whole time, damn near on the bumper. I'm damn near getting shitty because it's like, what if this was my car? He knew we was in the run, but damn nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Now you crowding my space, nigga. You know what I mean? But I wasn't tripping because I'm waiting on this big nigga to finally handle this little nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we pull up, bam. Rob gets out the car and he comes on the driver's side on my side. I roll the window down. I'm like, "What's up, man?" And he bends down. He's like, "What's up, Cunningham? What's up, man?" Hey, nah, I was trying to get your attention. Look, man, I got some weed. And he pulls out, and it's some loud too. It's this time loud, this generation loud. Back then, so he's like, and I'm like, "Damn, this shit smell good as fuck." Now I'm trying to play cool. I ain't trying to play like I don't like you because this and that. I'm just trying. Y'all niggas, y'all grew up together. I'm like you know what I mean? Like I'm like a side bitch damn near, you know, no disrespect to myself, but these niggas been going together. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That type of shit. So anyway, they he says, I was like, damn man, this shit smells good. What you want? He said, shit to you, nigga, just give me such. He said, but man, he said, but that whole ass nigga right there, that bitch ass nigga right there, now he's doing all this in front of my face. So he's playing like I'm cool with your nigga, but fuck you. And so he's trying to disrespect in front of me just to see how much I'm on his side. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't want to demonstrate. I want him to always think I'm cool. Cause as soon as he say the word, as soon as he down, I can get close to this nigga. He think I'm pussy damn there. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna play that. You know what I mean? Cause the minute I feel like you even getting ready to turn my way, I'm gonna play pussy. I'm gonna knock you out. You don't even think I'm gonna even do nothing like that. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so I'm waiting on this nigga to hurry up and get out the car and run on up to the crib and go get that thing. Cause we ain't got nothing on us. We got dope. It's dope in the car. We ain't riding with no pistols and dope. You know what I mean? So now he interfering with our hustle. You know what I mean? He in the way. You know what I mean? So this nigga didn't even have a gun on him. Had Derek so shook that he wouldn't even get out the car. And he says, hold on, man. Let me call my girl, tell her to bring me my thing. And he calls his girl. The whole time he don't got no pistol. And I'm looking at Derek like, this is your chance before this bitch pull up. This nigga's telling all the play every move he's making. He's spooking this nigga, right? So his girl pulls up in about 5 minutes because she was somewhere in the neighborhood. Pulls up, nigga, with the pistol. Then pulls out. Boom. He's like, so what's happening? What's happening? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then he's like, yeah, you lucky something. But he had a nigga in the car with him that just got out the joint. The nigga still had on the t-shirt and the khakis. You know what I mean? Fresh out the motherfucking joint. So he's getting out there. He didn't know. Once he seen this girl drop the pistol off, he's pranking out. Man, I just got out the joint. You just picked me up, man. I ain't want to get involved in this shit. So he's like, man, you lucky, my nigga. Woo, woo. So he skirts out. Bam. Okay. About a month go by. I pull up on my nigga house. It's at nighttime, summertime, so the screen is open, the front door is open, the screen is shut and locked. His girl in there cooking, you know what I mean? You can smell the food, go walking in, nice, beautiful summer night. Tap on boom. She opens the door and she got a mug on her face so hard. I said, damn, Tab. Now they had a basement, so my nigga and his niggas is down in the basement. I said, damn, Tab, why you mugging? What's wrong? She was like, Derek's motherfucking ass. I said, what happened? I said, whose car is that out there anyway? Rob's motherfucking car. I said, Rob? The nigga? She said, yeah. Derek's stupid. I was like, he downstairs now. I said, yeah. So I go downstairs. I'm like, oh my God. So I go downstairs. They laughing. I'm talking about, man, I don't know what the fuck. Like, so I'm just like, okay. All right. Rob smoking the bud, the loud with Derek. If I'm mistaken, Derek might have bought some from him that night. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm like, ooh, wow. Okay. where I was over there in the bucket, not in his car. About 2 weeks go by. I got my cousin. He fresh out of from Michigan. I mean, he from here, but he had went to Grand Rapids, Michigan for about 12 years. Came back home. He's staying with me. I'm kind of responsible for him because he was kind of green to a whole lot of shit. So he's bouncing, hanging with me and my niggas, taking him under his wing. We making him feel comfortable. He going to the club with us, he's just having a good time. Summertime, he's just kicking it right. So my cousin's riding with me while I'm bending corners, and then we pull up because me and Derek will pull up every now and then, and I'm about to shoot to the spot and go grab some work or whatever, how much work is left, and all that type of shit. So Derek was about to go bust a move, and he was like, "Hey, cuz, you come around with me, man, because he kind of like my cousin. Ride with me." I was like, "Shit, you want to ride with shit? I don't give a fuck." He was like, "All right, I'll meet you at the crib at the spot, and as soon as you get finished with that, I'm about to do this." He's like, "All right, bet." That's it. Later on that night, I say about 2 hours later, I get a beat. My page is going off, going crazy. 911, 911. And it's from odd numbers that I'm not familiar with. And I'm thinking it's probably Sting just really trying to get my attention from a whole nother number I don't know type shit.